All right, let's talk about something that could put a good chunk of change back in your pocket. We're going to dive into one of the simplest money saving hacks out there, bundling your auto and renter's insurance. Let's see how it works and what it could mean for your budget. So let's just start with the big question, the one that I think a lot of us wonder about. Are you overpaying for insurance? I mean, if you're getting one bill for your car and a totally separate one for your apartment, well, the answer is probably a big yes. Okay, so let's dig into why this happens. For so many of us, it's just normal, right? Two different policies, maybe two different companies, two bills to pay. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but that little separation, it's quietly costing you money every single month. And this is really the core of the issue. When your policies are split up, each insurance company just sees you as a small individual customer. You're completely missing out on the kind of loyalty discounts they save for their bigger, more valuable clients who bring them more business. But here's the good news. There's a super simple fix with a huge financial upside. So let's get right to the main event. The reason you're here, the actual savings you can unlock just by bundling. So what's the secret sauce here? It all comes down to this term, the multi-policy discount. Honestly, you can just think of it as a loyalty bonus. You make their life a little easier by bringing all your business to them, and they turn around and say thank you by slashing your premium. And listen, we are not talking about just a few bucks here and there. This is the typical range we're looking at, a discount of 10 to 25% on your total insurance bill. That can add up to a really significant chunk of cash over a year. Let's put some real numbers to this, okay? Let's say, just for example, your separate car and renter's policies add up to about $1,500 a year. With a pretty standard 20% bundling discount, that drops all the way down to $1,200. That's $300 cold, hard cash back in your pocket every single year. But here's the thing. The savings are awesome, but they're really just the start. Bundling has some other major perks that have nothing to do with money. Just think about the sheer convenience. We're talking one bill, one payment, one renewal date, and only one company you have to call if something goes wrong. That alone is a huge win, a major stress reducer. Plus, since you're now a more valuable customer to them, you often get better service. And with just one payment to track, there's way less risk of accidentally letting a policy lapse. Okay, so you're sold on the why, you get it. The next big question is, who? Who do you bundle with? Because finding the right company is absolutely key to getting the most bang for your buck. Now, there are a bunch of big players in this space. You've got your household names like State Farm or Allstate, who are famous for having tons of local agents and really solid multi-policy discounts. And then on the other side, you have companies like Liberty Mutual or Progressive, who are really built for a digital world and have fantastic online tools to manage everything yourself. But here is probably the most important thing I'm going to say today. There is no single best insurance company for everyone. It just doesn't exist. The right choice is completely personal. It's whoever gives you the best total price for the exact coverage that you need. That's why you have to get your own quotes. So how do you do that? How do you actually go out and find that perfect deal? Let's walk through a simple 5-step game plan to make sure you're doing this the smart way. Okay, here's the playbook. First, get some quotes for just your car and just your renter's insurance separately. That's your baseline. Then, go to your top companies and ask for bundle quotes. Now, this next part is critical. Make sure you're comparing the exact same coverage levels, apples to apples, so you know you're getting a real comparison. Also, don't be shy. Ask them about every other discount you might qualify for. And finally, set a calendar reminder to do a quick review once a year, just to make sure you're still getting the best deal out there. Now look, 99% of the time, bundling is a total no-brainer. But you should know about that rare 1% case where it might not work out. For example, maybe you have a classic car that needs a special policy. Or maybe one company gives you a crazy good rate on your car, but a really terrible one on your rental. The bundle discount might not be enough to make up the difference. You always got to do the math. And here's a really smart move with all that money you're going to save. You can reinvest it right back into getting yourself better protection. For instance, you could add uninsured motorist coverage, which is a lifesaver if you're ever hit by someone without insurance. Or for your renter's policy, you could add replacement cost value, which means if your stuff gets stolen, you get enough money to buy a brand new one, not just what the old one was worth. So at the end of the day, this quote really just nails it. Bundling truly is a win-win. The insurance company gets a happy, loyal customer, and you get to save a bunch of money and have a simpler life with more peace of mind.
So the final question really isn't just, are you overpaying? It's, what are you going to do with the hundreds of dollars you save and the extra headspace you'll gain by making this one simple switch?